Julian Emmanuel is Senior Managing Director of Equity, Derivatives, and Quant Strategy at Evercore ISI. Julian, welcome. And, we're waiting. Maybe it's India, maybe it's Japan. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow will be the day.
Very, very possible. Look, obviously Secretary Bessent sort of set the table this morning in terms of expectations. So, I think it's right that over the next couple of weeks, we expect to hear something of materiality. But when you think about the stock market, you've literally proverbially climbed the wall of worry off of what we thought was selling capitulation type lows. And in fact, our view is that was actually the end of the bear market. But now you're at the point where stocks, again, we are reminded, we're close to 22 times earnings. And we're waiting for news that will give us greater comfort that we are going to avoid the recession. So we want to be a bit more focused with our buying, really preferring the names and themes that have been the most beaten up during the downturn.
If that was the end of the bear market, then can't you have confidence stepping in here?
Well, again, you've come a long way off of the bottom. And the challenge when volatility is as high as it is right now is if you're buying this price and, you need to have emotional control if, as we expect at some point, absent any material news on the trade front, that you get a potential test of the lower end of the range. But what we want to do is focus on the names on a long-term basis. We call them fallen angels. A lot of them were the bull market leaders of the previous 2 years, got hurt the most. Those names have been de-risked and, in our view, stand to be the type of names whose drawdown will be minimal if, in fact, the index retrenches, however, temporarily.
So you basically think announcing these trade deals is key, not only for us to kind of make sure that that's a sustainable bottom, but even for the U.S. to avoid recession, for the employment reports not to get worse and so forth. So a lot is really riding on the announcements that may or may not come in the coming weeks. On this question, though, a huge debate in the markets, which is, do you buy the leaders from the last cycle or not? And yesterday, our guest was arguing, no, you don't. You don't want to buy, big tech, for instance. You're looking more, as you call them, towards some of these fallen angels, towards some of the former leadership areas that you think will revive. I mean, not that Marvell and Vistra and Vertex, if those are the three names you're picking here, are the most emblematic, but where exactly would you be chasing?
Well, and of course, when you think about it from a sector performance point of view, again, the leaders of those last 2 years into the peak were broadly consumer discretionary, communication services, and infotech. The big cap names, the Mag 7, if you will, the places that are convex to the AI revolution, which we believe has a lot further to run and is more important than ever, given the geopolitical tension, is likely going to cut into companies' margins over long term. So to us, and it's very typical of behavior when a bear market transitions to a new bull market, we'd say this is an extension of the 2022 bull market, that the names that drew down the most, and those were the names and those were the sectors, are going to be the leaders. And that's where we are on that debate.
Yeah, a couple more from that list. Again, these are the ones that you like. You call fallen angels, or stocks with kind of a low momentum factor. High buybacks, always helpful. Strong sentiment. You even get names like B of A, PayPal in here, Bath and Body Works. So it kind of runs the gamut.
Again, it's a sector neutral, but it's leaning towards the companies that, very important, Kelly, and you pointed this out just a moment ago, companies that buy their shares back with regularity are doing two things. A, they're cushioning the downside volatility in their stocks. Very important in this environment. But B, more importantly, they're sending a very positive message to the investors that the fundamental business is good and the cash flow is even better.